Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. This evening, I'm looking at music and its impact on sleep. And I'd like to start with a quote that's often misquoted by William Congreve. And it says, "Music hath charms to soothe the savage breast, to soften rocks, or bend a knotted oak." People often say soothe the savage beast, but that's not what the original quote. So, what can music do for us? I mean, people don't seem to, may not be doing it these days, but in years gone by, women often, or parents often sang lullabies to their children to get them to sleep. So we parents know from experience that lullabies and gentle rhythms can help babies to fall asleep. And science actually supports this common observation, showing that children of all ages, including big children, from premature infants to elementary school children, will sleep better after listening to soothing melodies. Um, but it's not just children that can benefit from lullabies at bedtime. People across age groups report better sleep quality after listening to calming music. In one study, adults who listened to 45 minutes of music before going to sleep reported having better sleep quality beginning on the very first night. Even more encouraging is the fact that this benefit appears to have a cumulative effect, with participants reporting better sleep the more often they incorporated music into their nightly routine. An example of music being used as an adjunct for elderly care can be found in Norway. Dr. Audun Miskja incorporates music along with flower and vibrational essences in his work with elderly patients and develops therapy programs for nursing homes. Back in the 1990s, Dr. Miskja created a music therapy program that's in use in the Norwegian Health Service, in particular for geriatric and palliative care. I know from my own experience with working with patients who were suffering with dementia and Alzheimer's, how powerful music could be. It could reach them when nothing else could. And I remember seeing clients who were previously unresponsive, not responding to families, not recognizing anybody, and just staring off to space, actually come alive and start to start to dance around the room when they hear something from their youth. Music is a powerful art form, and while might get more credit for inspiring people to dance, it also offers a very simple and effective way to improve your ability to fall asleep quickly and wake up feeling more rested. Music can aid sleep by helping you to feel relaxed and at ease. Now, these days, with streaming apps and portable speakers, it's easy to take advantage of music wherever you may be. And given music's accessibility and potential sleep benefits, it would be a good time to perhaps to try adding it to your nightly routine. I know that a lot of people have been reporting, especially since lockdown, have been reporting all kinds of sleep disturbances and nightmares and all kinds of things. And having something that is cost effective and simple, like music, can help reduce the disturbances of sleep. The interest in music's effect on sleep and on the body in general continues to grow, and major research programs are now being dedicated to uncovering different ways that music can actually benefit health. Music has even been found to help people with schizophrenia get some rest. And a recent meta analysis of music sleep studies, focusing on 10 high quality studies, found that music helps people with both short term and chronic sleep problems. Recently, in a UK online survey of the general population, 62% of the 651 respondents stated to have at least once used music to help them get to sleep. And in a survey of over some 500 patients with sleep disorders, over 50% reported using music as a sleep aid. Two additional studies on older women reported shorter sleep onset time, less nocturnal awakenings, and better sleep quality and satisfaction when they were asked to fill out a questionnaire and use sleep logs when listening to music before going to bed. In sum, the positive effects of listening to music on both subjective ratings of sleep and was well established across different age groups, including both healthy participants and people with chronic health issues. Using music decreases the time it takes to fall asleep. In a study of women with symptoms of insomnia, participants played a self selected album when getting into bed for 10 consecutive nights. Before adding music to their evening routine, it took participants between 27 and 69 minutes to fall asleep. And after adding music, it only took 6 to 13 minutes. It's a huge difference. In addition to facilitating quickly falling asleep and improving sleep quality, playing music before bed can improve sleep efficiency, which means that the more time you're in bed is the more time in bed is actually spent in sleep rather than falling asleep. And improved sleep efficiency equals more consistent rest and less waking up during the night. And in the last set of lives that I did looking at PMS and menopause, particularly with menopause, one of the issues is that women may be waking up at night because they need to lose the loo, or they're just physically uncomfortable because of the environment in the room. It may be too hot, or they may be hungry or something. So why exactly does music affect our sleep? Several studies have been done and which suggest that music enhances sleep because of the effects on the regulation of hormones, including the stress hormone cortisol. Being stressed and having elevated levels of cortisol can increase alertness and lead to poor sleep. I mean, think about it. When you're stressed, you're worried about something, you toss and turn, you can't sleep because your mind is constantly turning over whatever it is that's bothering you. So that listening to music can decrease the levels of cortisol, which may explain why it helps put people at ease and reduce their stress levels and get them sleeping faster. Music also triggers the release of dopamine, a feel good hormone, which is released during pleasurable activities like eating, exercise, and sex. This release can boost good feelings at bedtime and address pain, which is another common reason why people can't get to sleep. Physical and psychological responses to music are effective in reducing both acute and chronic physical pain. It reminds me of a song by Bob Marley. It says, when the music hits you, you feel no pain. And it's true. I remember going to a funeral, a wake, so a few years ago, and the gentleman was walking with a cane, and it was bent over and hunched over. It could hardly move. The one song came on from his youth, and did he not throw the stick on the floor and start to dance around the room? The music finished and he picked up his stick and hobbled off again. But I mean, it was just astonishing to watch. So, music really can't, when it does hit you, you really do not feel any pain. Now, nighttime noise is another issue that may cause wakefulness, whether it's from roads, airplanes, or noisy neighbors, that can also decrease sleep efficiency and is linked to several adverse health conditions, including cardiovascular disease. So, music can help drown out environmental noises and increase sleep efficiency. Now, the next question I suppose people will ask, well, what kind of music should you be listening to when you get to go to sleep? And of course, it's natural to wonder about what's the best type of music for sleeping. And research studies have looked at diverse forms of music and playlists, and there's no clear consensus as to what is the good kind of music for sleeping. What the studies do show, however, that as when patients have used a self-selected playlist or one that has been designed specifically for sleep, they do best. One of the most significant factors in how music affects a person's body is their own music preferences. Effective custom playlists may include songs that have been relaxing or that have helped with sleep in the past. One thing to keep in mind when designing a playlist is to consider the tempo, how fast the music is. The music is often measured in the amount of beats per minute, and most studies which have selected music that is around 60 to 80 beats per minute because that is the normal resting rate of the heart. So you don't want to play head banging music to try to get to sleep. Though for some that may work, but generally it's a resting heartbeat that is most conducive to falling asleep. So playing something faster will naturally make the heart rate go up because you get excited by the music, and which is counter-effective. But for those who don't have the time or the inclination to create a playlist, you can find these days, especially online music services and with pre-packaged playlists for specific activities. So there are late playlists that are available for sleep, for relaxation, for meditation, you name it, it's out there. And it may be easier to just find those playlists that focus on calming music like classical or piano or something like that. Generally, it's best to use instrumental music. I found that instrumental music when I was working with clients worked best because they might get distracted by the music, and or the words rather, the lyrics, and it's so busy listening to the lyrics they forget to relax. So just a tip there. In the end, you just experiment with different songs and playlists until you find one that works for you. It may be a good idea to try out different playlists to see what it is exactly that you like. Another way that people can benefit from music, it can be um, some more formal approach with music therapists who are actual professionals trained in using music to improve mental and physical health. Music therapists can assess a person's individual needs and create a treatment plan that involves both listening rather, to and creating music to help them to sleep. In the end, there's how you can make music part of your daily or nightly sleep routine is simple. Make it a habit first of all. um, the one way to get over one habit is to create a new habit and hopefully a better one. So create evening rituals that build in music into your nightly routine to give the body sufficient time to wind down. And music is a great way to do that. I mean, playing some relaxing music and, maybe 15 to half an hour before going to bed gives signals the brain, starts to train the brain to slow down. So when it hears the music, it's like, okay, she's getting ready for bed, or he's getting ready to call it a night, and the brain will automatically start to wind down. It's finding enjoyable songs. I mean, if you can't find anything in a pre-made playlist that does it for you, create your own. Um, Try making a mix of songs that you find enjoyable and relaxing. Even though most people will enjoy the 60 to 80 beats per minute in a slower song, as resting heart rate, you may find more upbeat music. It works for you best. It's all according to what makes you feel relaxed, and so that you can get to sleep. Though it's best, I mean, it, like I said, try headbanging music may not quite be what you need, but try music that's a bit more neutral or positive in its presentation. You don't want gloomy kind of dirge music. you, you want to go to sleep in a pleasant atmosphere, not one that may make you feel stressed. The other thing is to avoid songs that provoke strong emotional reactions. Um, we all have songs that make us laugh, make us cry, or make us get up and dance, whatever it is. But listening to them while you're trying to sleep may not be the best way to go. So again, music that is slower, that is more neutral. It may even be something like nature sounds, or I hear that running water sounds like waterfalls may make people want to go to the toilet, but maybe just neutral or white noise. There's machines that create white noise just to kind of screen out the environment. The last thing is to be very careful with headphones, because they can cause hearing damage, headphones and earbuds, especially during sleep if the volume is too high. The other thing is sleeping with earbuds. Sleeping with earbuds can also lead to a buildup of earwax and may increase the risk of ear infections. So it may be worthwhile to get those little teeny mini speakers that you can plug into somewhere near the bed, not at your, right under your ears, but somewhere on a night table or something, um, that to allow it to play, and hopefully in an automatic setting so it shuts itself off after a time. It might also be worthwhile making sure that your speakers aren't emitting any bright lights, which can also interfere with sleep. And keeping it at a volume that is just enough for you to hear it, but it doesn't disturb you, because you start to listen to it instead of to let it kind of wash over you. So there you have it. Some how music can soothe the savage breast and help you to get some sleep. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a fantastic evening and start to the week. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.